But let's listen to what she said again, because this jewel's being dropped in this short video.
This what you wanted? You're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long. I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Akademiks. You know that that's not what happened.
So she's saying his story isn't accurate, which I pointed out a bunch of shit, just casually, where his shit wasn't passing the sniff test. So that's where she started. It's not accurate, the story.
And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought.
So you pretend like you didn't do anything. So remember what I was talking about during the video, where it was a whole bunch of stuff missing. Like after he woke up, what happened? Remember, he went into that guest room. This is his story. He went into that guest room where she was butt booty naked. He got over her trying to wake her up or whatever he claimed he did. She didn't get up because he claimed she was still asleep when he was still downstairs. Now, all of this stuff makes a difference.
We didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too. And
when you woke up, now we putting it all together now. Remember, I was alluding to the gems that was happening during the way he was talking and foreshadowing what she claims actually happened. Yeah, you went in there, you was drunk, inebriated, whatever, passed out, woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Let these niggas out. Let these niggas leave. Now, who knows was you off a bean or whatever you call it, or you was still drunk and stuff like that. Plenty of people have gotten drunk, pass out, wake up still drunk, and still out of their body, out of their mind. What does she say happened? Dude, when you woke up, this is the part he glossed over. He didn't give no details. He just gave some unrealistic account of what happened. What does she say? When you woke up, dude, you came in that room. This is what she's saying, basically. You know what I'm saying? You came in that room and you got down what you had intercourse with her as well. And she's claiming you had unconsensual intercourse with her as well. And we all know in this day and time, and probably depending on the law of wherever that they're at, having sex with an inebriated young woman that don't know what's going on is considered rape. So if she didn't know what's going on, and the story he was telling her, I tried to wake up and she didn't know what's going on, she's saying you were on top of her. She remembered you being on top of her too, on top of what happened with them guys. Now, again, remember, he glossed over that fact. He said he came in the room and she was butt naked. But he ain't say what happened for real, for real. He said he just tried to wake up, and then all of a sudden he skips to he's downstairs and she finally did wake up after. So what it sounds like to me, allegedly, is maybe everything that he said happened before happened, like she said. On top of what they did, you did this. You tried to cover for yourself. On top of what they did, she was in the guest bedroom, passed out asleep. Now, I'm this whole story sounds like drugs was involved to me. I'm just sorry. But she was in the room, passed out asleep. He woke up, let them out, came in the room, and they got down. He hit her. He hit her. You know what I'm saying? Now, from her account, it sounds like she may have still been inebriated and unable to give consent to them, you know what I'm saying, having sex. He walk in on a chick that he's been having a sexual relationship with for years, and she's in there butt naked, glistening or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He may feel like he don't really, she may have been groggy out of it or whatever, off of whatever she was on that may have caused whatever else that happened to her earlier to happen. And He may have just went in there thinking it's cool to just, just to bang her without her being cognizant of really what's going on really like that, still being out of it. Because again, we don't know if she was drugged earlier and that's what led to what happened earlier. Or whatever the case may be, depending on how they frame this. But, dude, if you woke up, let these guys out, came in that room, seen her naked, got on top of her, had sex with her, you know what I'm saying, while she's not cognizant of what's going on or groggy or out of there or not knowing what's going on, then that constitutes a rape, depending on what's honestly, almost universally, but some states are more lax than others on these type of matters. But in most states, honestly, that scenario right there is rape. That's not even well, it could be, it could be. I'm pretty sure his lawyer will probably argue that. But in all reality, with it being framed in that way, he woke up, let these guys out, came in that room, seen her naked, went in there, got on top of her, had sex with her. Whether he, you know what I'm saying, if she feel like she didn't give him consent, and from his story, oh, what happened? You looking crazy, this, that, and the third. Then he just leave, and all of a sudden he downstairs somewhere. And then she wakes up later. Sounds like he went in there, banged her, she was still out of it and stuff like that. He banged her while she was still out of it. Ended up leaving, going downstairs in the front room where she finally did wake up, come down there, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. Because remember what he claimed happened. Why would she have told him that she had a good time last night? Remember, this is his story. If nothing happened between them two, why is he saying that she told him she gonna tell him she had a good time last night with his homeboys? She didn't have with her interaction with his homeboys. To her mind, according to him, she don't know he knows about it. So you think she telling him I had a good time getting ran by your homeboys? She ain't telling him that. She telling him if that conversation did happen. She telling him I had a good time from what me and you did. And then at the end of the day, even if at some point in time, you know what I'm saying, the illusion is that they had sex too. She's saying that they had sex too. And from the flimsy parts of his story talking about his interaction with her, it leads me to believe that happened because he left the stuff out and she's filling in the blanks. So did it happen that when she was in that guest bedroom, he came in there and had sex with her? Who knows? But that sounds like what it could be. Or when she woke up, or a combination of both. Or when she woke up, came downstairs, they had their little conversation about whatever. Then it's like, okay, you know what you came over here for. So dude, you telling me that she woke up, you didn't have sex with her in that guest room, you waited for her to wake up, you downstairs. She woke up, came down, y'all sat there and conversated, and y'all didn't have sex at that point neither. So you just didn't have sex with her, period, at no point in time with this young lady throughout this night when you had her come over there to hang out and kick with you for y'all to have sex. But the two opportunities you had for you to have sex with her was the one in which she was in the guest room, or when she woke up and came downstairs and talked to you. And then y'all just went to bed after that? After y'all had the conversation where you claimed you was questioning her about what was going on while you was asleep? While you were asleep, before you even knew what happened in from what you're saying, because you watched the video the next day and you had some type of psychic feeling that something wasn't right about the pool area, and then you went to go watch the video and see what actually happened. But then y'all just cordially sat down. When she was naked in the room, you didn't do nothing to her, you didn't touch it. And then when she woke up and came downstairs, y'all just had a casual conversation 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And you brought her over there to have sex with her, but y'all didn't have sex. Y'all just went to sleep. And then met up early the next morning or whatever the next day. And then all this other stuff you claim happened. Come on, dude. Who the fuck do you think? Come on, dude. Who do you think you're talking to right now? Come on. Let's be real, DJ Akademiks. Let's be truth to power. Let's be honest about what happened. If you was gonna get on here and tell some type of cockamamie story, make it make sense. Because the part she filling in makes the whole thing make a whole lot of sense, according to what I just stated. She say whatever happened with them dudes happened. They did what they did to her. They might have drugged her, dude. They might have drugged her. Or she might have just became drugged or took drugs herself one way or the other. And that might have led to what she was doing with them dudes. And she might have still been out of it from the drugs and passed out sleeping in that guest room. And you came in, if you humped that lady while she was half groggy, half sleeping, never gave you consent, that's rape, dude. Dude, that's rape. Now, if she woke up, came downstairs, and then y'all had a conversation, and then had consensual sex after y'all just sat back, because that's the whole reason you brought her over there, okay, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? If she was cognizant and she was willing to do it, that's cool. But dude, if that happened, why you didn't say that's what happened? You're claiming nothing happened at all. So that story right there that I'm trying to give you a bailout for, that part don't make sense because you never even said that happened. Because if your story was true, you would have said that part happened. Well, Shorty did finally wake up. We ended up sitting there having a conversation, and then we did what we did. And then, you know what I'm saying, we both went to bed. Then I found out what she did with the other guys the next day. That would make the story make sense. But her story combined with your story makes your story sound real crazy right now, my nigga. Because now you can't double back and say, yeah, we did have sex. But you know what I'm saying? It was once she woke up, she was fully cognizant, and we sat there and had a conversation. Then we, had sex, and then, went to bed, and then got up the next day, and I discovered what happened with her. You can't say that. And she's saying in this clip right here, which I'm gonna play again, she woke up and you were on top of her, which means this happened in the guest room when she was in that bed naked, passed out. And you was in that, you just told us in your story how blackout drunk you were. You got one of the most drunkest you ever got in your life. This is your story that you told. So you wake up, these guys wake you up out of your drunken stupor. You don't automatically sober up because you were woken up out of your passed out state. So who say you sober now? You were still in the middle of your sleep progression. You got woke up out of your drunk sleep, stumbled to the door and let these guys out. They told you, oh yeah, Shorty back there in the room back there. You stumble into her dang on room. Now what happens in that room? She in there passed out of probably zonked out of her mind off of something she been given or took it. You in this house drunk in a drunken stupor. You done called her over there to get some action. You leave out the part of what happened in that room. You come back down, go downstairs. You say she finally woke up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a conversation then. Y'all just went to sleep. So you didn't want sex no more, dude? At no point in time you didn't want no sex no more. You up now. You up now. You called this girl over here for sex. But for some reason, you go in there, once you wake up to let these dudes out, if you didn't want to have sex, why would you even went to wherever she is? You would have went back to sleep. Okay, I'll let y'all out. I'll get with her tomorrow. I'm out of there. You go in there, you see she passed out. You try to wake up from your story. You know what I'm saying? Then just blank, just fast forward. You downstairs. She come downstairs. Y'all talk, and then y'all go to sleep. But she was over there to have sex to begin with. I'm trying to figure out how this story makes sense and is logical. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, make this story make sense, DJ Akademiks, because the way you told it, my brother, and if this thing go to court, in my summation, it don't look good to me because now we ain't even focusing on the criminal aspect about what's going on with these guys over here and what they did and what led to all of that. But then we focusing on what happened with you and her in that guest bedroom. Because she claims she woke up and you was on top of her and you raped her. That's her claim right here. Let's play it.
A rape kit was done.
She felt she was raped. She went to the extent of having a rape kit done, brother. She went to the extent, ain't nobody that just ain't taking this stuff seriously, don't believe something happened to him, is going to the extent of having a rape kit. She's saying a rape kit was done because she's saying your DNA evidence is in her because she claiming you raped her. And in your story, y'all never had sex. So she's telling you a rape kit is done. When the results come out, if it is going to, this is her account, but this is what she's alluding to. The rape kit was done. Y'all had sex. You raped her. Evidence is going to come out showing that your DNA was inside her, or something to that nature. And boom, the jig is up for you. This is what she's saying. This is what she's alluding to. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. If what she's alluding to is true, you're the dumbest nigger in America, because you went on and gave your own testimony where you left out the fact you ever had sex with her, and you gave a testimony making it appear that you didn't have sex with her. That y'all had a whole conversation about how you didn't have sex with her and she only had sex with them, and you need to go get tested because you was a nasty woman that just had sex with them, but we didn't do nothing. How you gonna come over and supposed to have sex with me and you get down with them? You didn't even come have sex with the person you supposed to be having sex with. You had sex with these other guys. This is your story that you putting out there. You gave a whole scenario where you never say y'all had sex at any point in time. But if the rape kit shows your DNA in this woman, then dude, you might be going on top of the civil suit. Forget the civil suit. Dude, you may be going to jail. You got a whole testimony where they could openly prove you lied in your telling of this story. Now, I'm not even about to give you no leeways or ways out on things you could try to say to justify that. You know what I'm saying? Because because if you do, even if you do that, you've already put it on record. So you're still gonna look like a liar, even if you give what could be considered a legitimate excuse or something. You know what I'm saying? So it really ain't no excuse, because you went and voluntarily gave your own testimony to the whole world, lied, and then what, you gonna go back in the deposition and tell the truth and then try to make it sound good? It's not gonna work, because they're gonna play what you said in your deposition against what you said in the public forum, and your goose is gonna be cooked. So I don't know what actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Only you and her know what actually happened. But again, if they find your DNA in that rape kit, but you a multimillionaire, you just stunning on us and told us about how the police paid for your damn daughter to get freaking replaced. You know, so who knows what may happen with that dang old rape kit. I hope she didn't go to that same police department, because you may throw the right person the right amount of money and they make, you know what I'm saying, the results come out the way you want them to come out. You know what I'm saying? So now, everything is up in the air now, but this thing, it may be far from over. This case is not just black and white. And I'm gonna play what she had to say again.
You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, you're about to get it. This what you wanted, you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long. I look crazy right now, but I'm not gonna stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Akademiks. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted?
Again, what did she say? You on top of me too. You raped me too. This is her. It's hard to dispute someone's direct testimony. Tory Lanez found out the hard way about that fact in court. Despite whatever evidence there was, despite the testimony of other people and everything else that happened in that court case, he was found guilty because of the direct testimony of the victim saying what happened to them. And that holds all the weight in the world in front of a court, in a courtroom. The direct victim's testimony, you know what I'm saying? Being able to testify, boom, this is the person, point the person out in the crowd and say, this is the person that did this to me. I don't care what anybody else say. I don't care what other testimony there. I don't care what you even seen on that videotape. I don't care what the heck happened. I'm saying I didn't consent and this person did this to me. How are you? It's extremely hard to defend against that. A direct witness testimony of the victim saying what happened. That's why a lot of times in attempted murder cases get more time. In the cases of an attempted murder case, that's why in those cases they get more time than an actual murder because the victim can point you out and say, no, this is a dude that tried to kill me. Now, in a case where the person is dead, now they got to come up with a conglomeration of evidence to prove this. But if you got direct witness testimony of this person saying, no, this person did to first-hand witness testimony, which is the strongest witness testimony there is, first-hand witness testimony, stronger than third-person witness testimony, which means a witness. The first-hand account of the victim telling you, this is what happened to me, is an extremely powerful tool in the court of law. You got this woman saying you raped her. Who knows whether you have cameras in that guest room or not? Because again, you're, in my estimation, a creep that may do something like that. But whether there is or whether there isn't, you know, maybe, I don't know. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's criminal. I'm not sure. I haven't looked up the law on that. But in private guest rooms, if you have cameras in there, that's criminal. That should be if it's not. So if you got cameras in there, that should be criminal. If not, then it's your word against hers and her direct testimony saying you raped her. You know what I'm saying? When you told your story, you never said they had sex. You all had sex. And a rape kit has been done to where if it proves you all had sex, you got her saying one thing happened and you got you denying it happened and concocting a story where you and this woman never had sex. So again, DJ Akademiks, um, what really happened? You and this woman knows, you know what I'm saying? The question is DJ Akademiks a filthy tether rapist? Only this young lady and DJ Academic knows the answer to that question. I can tell you one thing, DJ Academics definitely is a filthy tether. He's a filthy, scummy tether piece of garbage for everything he's done in the past, not even including these allegations right here. Now, whether he's a rapist is yet to be seen. He claims he's been exonerated of all charges and things like that. That's not the way the law works, but he can believe that. But when this lady started talking to lawyers, don't be surprised if this thing comes back up to bite him. Don't be surprised, especially if that rape kit shows that he's had sex with this woman. This man might be going to jail if that's the case. If it don't, then I don't know. But you still have direct witness testimony. This woman is already telling you the position that she's taking on this matter. She's claiming she was raped multiple times in one night. Basically, this is what's being claimed at this point in time. So, DJ Akademiks, you done came and said this didn't happen and you got evidence and everybody's been exonerated. Hey, again, you got the tape, a tape you initially didn't want to release. You know what happened that night. You know the evidence is against you. It does seem strange that you were in fear of this other woman exposing this story, and then you felt you had to get out ahead of this story coming out directly from this other woman's mouth. So much that you felt you had to do damage control on a story that was otherwise being kept under wraps. It also seems kind of strange that this story never came out prior to this. It sounds like this has already happened. Normally, when things like this happen, somehow it gets leaked to the press. Somehow somebody finds out about the allegation. This allegation was nobody never knew about these allegations. Nobody never knew about this incident. This incident was covered up. I can say this wholeheartedly. This was a cover up. Nothing ever came of this. This never made the news headlines, any type of attention, never made any smoke or anything. Normally, this type of stuff gets leaked. Normally, somebody in the press will find out about something as major as DJ Akademiks being accused of allegedly raping somebody. DJ Akademiks' home being raided. So again, is it far-fetched for me to say that DJ Akademiks has that town, that small one-horse town he stays in his pocket? Everything that he said shows that the town is in his pocket. They basically, he's the big man on campus, like I said before. He got all the money. He's able to dictate everything that's going on. He's super cool with the police department and all of this stuff. His money runs long in that town. He probably does a lot of donating and sponsoring and all type of stuff to be able to do whatever he wants to do in that town and get away with it without his business being put out there in the streets. Because otherwise, if he ain't keeping them police full, the police leak stories to TMZ and all of that all the time. This would be a juicy story to get a quick 10,000 or something like that behind the scenes to let people know, let TMZ or some other tabloid know that DJ Akademiks' home was raided and he was accused of rape, or people in his home was accused of raping somebody. All of this was kept under wraps until DJ Akademiks himself revealed that out of fear that his girlfriend he just broke up with was going to disclose this information to the public. It's not like it just happened and he said, you know what, I'm going to come out here and get ahead of this off rip. This case was supposed to be covered up. Nobody was supposed to ever know this ever happened. Trust and believe that. He was forced. And then remember, on top of this, he had the situation where he put the girl out. He got fed up with her. She destroyed all this stuff. His girlfriend. He finally got tired of her, and she was probably constantly holding this thing over his head when he was steady trying to shake her, and she finally tore stuff up. It just went too far. She tore stuff up. He wasn't willing to deal with her, even though she was lightweight extorting him that if he didn't continue dealing with her, that she would reveal what happened. He was forced into doing this. And this is why he's showing so much vitriol towards that woman in this video that he posted. Because she forced his hand to disclose something that he had already taken care of and had covered up. He had this case covered up. He had the police in his pocket, and they did everything they needed to do to make this thing go away and not make any type of noise or headlines. He keep on telling you, I'm a rich nigga, and this is my town. He telling you this out his own mouth. He can make happen what he wants to happen where he stays at. Them police are corrupt and in this man's pockets. He can make them make whatever evidence come or go. This woman forced their hand to have to go in there and raid his stuff and all that. And they apologized and paid for his doors to be replaced when his mother refused to open the door for the police. Let's be real. Come on now. What other way can you look at this? What other way can you slice it? But I just hope, you know what I'm saying, the truth come out for this matter, you know what I'm saying, and everybody gets what is coming to them for this. If this lady was actually assaulted or raped or whatever happened to her, I hope whatever she deserves comes to her. If DJ Akademiks actually did all of these things that he's been accused of, I hope whatever he deserves come to him. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You all can review the evidence that I've gone over, reviewing his testimony, reviewing her testimony, and the context I've put it in, the legal arguments that potential legal arguments that I put up against both their testimonies. And you all decide for yourselves, is DJ Akademiks a filthy tether rapist? Now, you may not think he's a filthy tether, but let's ask, is DJ Akademiks a rapist? You've seen the testimonies. You've seen uh, the evidence that I presented as far as the lines being connected, and you all make that decision for yourself. It's your man, Old Man Winter, signing out. We out of here. Peace.